Miley Cyrus, known for her bold and unapologetic personality, is never afraid to speak out about issues close to her heart. So when conservative commentator Ben Shapiro criticized her latest single, Flowers, Cyrus wasted no time in confronting him.
New Miley Cyrus song. It is called Flowers. And the entire premise of the song is that loneliness is good. And that your relationship's falling apart is actually good because the only person you need is you. I can love me better than you can. If that's the case, if you can hold your own hand, if you can write your own name in the sand, if you can talk to yourself first of all, if you talk to yourself for hours, you're a crazy person.
All we can say is, girly, his loss. Honestly, it's his loss. You're hot, you're amazing, you're stunning, you are the queen.
The pop star called out Shapiro on social media, accusing him of being out of touch and missing the point of the song's message. The exchange quickly went viral, with fans and critics alike taking sides in the heated debate. But what will come next in this clash of ideologies? Will Cyrus continue to stand up for her beliefs, or will Shapiro have the last word? Stay tuned to find out.
The breakup song used to be about how the relationship wasn't working anymore, and so I'm leaving. It wasn't a broad statement.
Ben Shapiro, the conservative commentator known for his controversial remarks, has turned his attention to Miley Cyrus' new song, Flowers. In his latest YouTube video, Shapiro offers his unique analysis of the track, which he describes as sad and melancholic. He examines the lyrics of the song, highlighting certain phrases and lines that he believes are particularly significant.
Say things you don't understand, take yourself dancing. Then this does raise the question as to why have a relationship in the first place.
Well, Shapiro has his own take on relationships. That's why he doesn't like how Miley Cyrus' breakup song and how she portrays that if you want to be happy in content, then be on your own because only you can make yourself happy. However, Miley is right as she faces quite a heartbreak from her previous relationship with Liam Hemsworth, but let's talk about that later. Coming back to Ben claims, let's hear out what other remarks he has to make about relationships.
See, here's the thing about relationships. They require you to get outside yourself. They require you not to be self-absorbed and self-obsessed. They require you to try to get to the point where if your partner doesn't understand you, you actually have to express yourself to your partner.
According to Ben, a relationship requires two people to understand what they really want for themselves. And if things are not working out, then they need to find a solution to make their relationship work. Because that's how you can love a person with your whole heart. Then further goes on to tell us his theory about love.
Because love is built in the space between two people. And we tend to think of love as an internal feeling that exists inside one person, but that's not the way this works. Love is something that is between two people, and it exists between the two people in a negotiated space.
Looks like Miley Cyrus didn't agree with Ben's theory of love and relationship because her song Flowers clearly tells us a different story. It urges a woman to love herself more than anything and be with someone who can accept her for who she really is and not the other way around. Well, men do need to understand that women aren't meant to change herself and her priorities to make a relationship work. Sometimes, men need to work hard too, and if they can't, then the least they can do is to accept a woman for who she really is. But Ben has different opinion on this as always.
Essentially what the song is saying is that you are better off without anybody else. Or at least if there is going to be somebody else, they have to accept every single thing about you, and they can never question anything about you. There can't be any negotiated space. That is not the basis for a successful relationship. And so obviously the preemptive strike is, I don't need a relationship.
And clearly can't follow Miley's song message because if she wants to be herself in a relationship, then clearly she doesn't want a real relationship at all. Well, if you see, we have an entire society now of people who are by themselves. 60% of men say that they are no longer in a relationship. Some 40% of women say they're not in a relationship. People are not getting married. People are not having kids. People are not building family foundations. And the question is, do they seem real happy to you? But it seems as later Ben again went on to launch his personal attack on Miley.
I gotta say, I don't think Miley Cyrus looks like a particularly happy person. I don't think that her life story is a particularly happy one. And so our cultural betters, push this sort of stuff, but it is certainly not good for the human spirit or the human psyche.
Oh boy, it looks like Ben really threw some shade at Miley with that one. Not only did he deliver a low blow, but he also went as far as publicly declaring that Miley's songs are snooze-worthy and can put you to sleep if you listen to them for too long.
Well, if Miley Cyrus's songs put you to sleep, because frankly, they're kind of boring, actually.
Is Ben hinting that we should stop listening to Miley's songs? We can't be sure of what he means actually, but as it seems Ben really didn't like Miley's song that goes by the name Flowers. On the other hand, we can only wonder what Miley will have to say about this. Do you think she'll clap back or just let it slide? Either way, it's safe to say that the feud between these two musicians is far from over. But netizens came forward with their opinions about Ben's sarcastic comments over the song. One of them tweeted, Ben Shapiro is writing essays about why Miley Cyrus's Flowers is indicative of a problematic society versus being self-aware enough to realize women would rather be single than date men like Ben Shapiro. Another added, so Ben Shapiro spent the end of his show shitting on Miley Cyrus and her new song because it says she can treat herself better than the shitty BF she just broke up with. She just doesn't seem like a happy person to Ben, who curiously didn't have these issues when Bruno sang the song first. Well, it's true that Ben didn't have any issue when Bruno sang the song first. Even Bruno reacts to Miley's song.
And figured out that you have to write your own song. You can't ask anybody.
Some fans even claim that Ben is just obsessed with Miley, saying Ben Shapiro's obsession with Miley Cyrus is cringe. It's hard to tell what's the actual deal with Ben because fans are getting bored by just hearing his rants when he doesn't know about women's feelings, compassion, care. One of the fans even recommended that he should listen to the song clearly, listen to Flowers. It's my favorite song currently. What do you know about women, children, relationships, care, or companionship? You don't understand basic politics. Lows, cry harders. Well, fans have different speculations about Flowers, that the song may be about her life post-breakup with the actor based on the lyrics, given its "I Can Love Me Better" baby tagline and the timing of the release, which was actually Liam Hemsworth's 33rd birthday. Additionally, Cyrus's verse about not wanting to leave may be a reference to reports that came out at the time of Hemsworth and Cyrus split that she wanted to reconcile. TMZ reported that she had been fighting for their marriage up until the week Hemsworth suddenly filed for divorce, telling him she wanted to work on their relationship. Their divorce was finalized in January 2020. Later, Cyrus spoke about how she would always love Hemsworth, but there was too much conflict in their relationship for it to be healthy long-term. What she said during that interview about their relationship breakdown also appears to be echoed in the lyrics of Flowers. Well, all we have is speculation about Miley's song from her fans. But Miley did acknowledge the love from her fans, as Flower has been a big chart success, something Cyrus celebrated on her Instagram, celebrating Flowers being #1 around the world again this week. She wrote, "I love that this record is connecting in such a positive way, and it's a pleasure to continue creating music for you. These milestones are only made possible by the listeners and my incredible fans. Endlessly thankful." But it looks like Liam didn't like the fame that Miley got from the song and decided to sue her for defamation. According to the sources, Liam Hemsworth is suing Miley Cyrus for defamation after the worldwide success of the single Flowers. Well, a dedicated fan came forward to give a good piece of advice to Hemsworth's claim for defamation, saying, "Hey, someone want to tell Liam Hemsworth that a song about a woman loving herself after a rough breakup is not defamation. Your name wasn't even mentioned. Any embarrassment you feel is self-inflicted. Thus, you shouldn't have cheated. Grow the FCK up." On the other hand, it seems like, deep down, Miley did miss Liam until today. While talking with Alexandra Cooper on Call Her Daddy podcast, the Midnight Sky singer also spoke about what it's like to end a long-time relationship. As you know, her romance with Liam spanned over a decade. She compared the end of their journey to the loss of life. "It's like a death when you lose a love that deep, like it feels like a death," Miley said. "Sometimes that even feels easier because it's more. The person still walking on the earth and choosing every day because it's a choice. Death isn't a choice, and this is a choice." But despite the flood of emotions that accompany any breakup, let alone one in the public eye, Miley emphasized the importance of focusing on logic. And she has a pretty methodical recipe for post-breakup healing. Make a list of what you were gaining and what you were losing, she suggested. What they were contributing to your life and what they were subtracting. Value each of these things by 1 through 10, and then you add them all up. If the person was adding more to your life, then you know what is expected for your next relationship. And what they were subtracting, you know what you will not accept ever again. Fans are rooting for Miley and will always love her, saying, "I like how Miley Cyrus is glowing after her breakup. This will be the best year of her career." Another added, "Miley Cyrus did her big one with Flowers. I feel like that's the best self-love breakup song." That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.